What's going on, guys? King Trats here, back with a video on the channel. Today we've got some buffalo fish nuggets. I've done these before. It is cod just done with a quick breading. Pop them in the oven. We got some spicy ranch going on the side. The real reason that I'm here, well, obviously because I want to talk to you guys as well too, is Lay's dropped a new Flamin' Hot chip. Now, you've had Flamin' Hot a billion times, but the reason that this caught my fancy was because if you look real close here, which is going to be sideways, but let's see if you can get it here. Yeah, okay, it says now even hotter compared to previous recipes. So I'm interested to see how that goes. And of course, if you are digging the content, go ahead, hit a like, subscribe, comment, all that good cringy YouTube stuff. I'm getting good at saying that, aren't I? Anyway, without further ado, let's get into what we do best. But first, nutrition time. This right here, I've had this in a few of my videos, but on days where I have low calories, I tend to have something that looks like this. What this is a vegan protein shake. And inside there are a lot of essential vitamins and minerals, and it is a bit of a meal replacement, more like a nutrient replacement for me, and also a good way for me to get some extra protein in without having to have too much actual food. This weekend's gonna be a bit of a craziness. I'll explain that as we go, but first let's try this. And people asking me what it tastes like. Well, chocolate kelp. Doesn't taste good at all, but we chug it and we move. I usually have this off camera, but every once in a while people like to ask me things about my blood work and am I healthy, even though I've probably answered it a ton of times. But anyway, without further, oh God, it doesn't get better anytime. But I've eaten a lot worse stuff in my life. Oh, it's delicious. Seriously, chocolate fish tank. If you want to know what it tastes like. Unless you are doing stupid eating challenges or anything of that nature where you're going long distances and trying to bank calories, I don't suggest you have anything like that. You want nutrients, get them from food. That's disgusting. Let me get a little of this. That diet grape soda today. Y'all don't like grape soda, I don't know what to tell you. Alright, let's try one or two of these chips. New Lay's. Flip the bag over. All the sauce goes to the bottom. So you flip the bag over and you open it from the bottom. That's a free one. Alright, let's get a couple of these on here. So I'm going to have some. It's not like I know I'm not going to dislike them. I just want to know how much hotter is more hot. More hot. More hot? I don't know. Whatever. Okay. They look kind of pink. They're good. The spice is a little bit, is it hotter? Yeah, a little bit. It's a little bit hotter. But to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of like the Flamin' Hot Lay's as opposed to like the other of the Flamin' Hot. Because you know, there's like 9 billion Flamin' Hot things these days. So, I feel like that wasn't the spice. That was the wrong, what do you call it? When you call it aspirate, went down the wrong thing. Whatever. You can tell because when I have spicy stuff, I start tearing. And I'm not. But this is actually good. But I prefer like even Flamin' Hot Ruffles, which I had the other day, are really good. Funyuns, Doritos, of course the Cheetos. There's just too many good options as opposed. I feel like the regular chips don't hold it as well. But you like chips, you like Flamin' Hot. Flamin' Hot's getting kind of boring to me. I'm just going to be honest. But I see new stuff. I'm going to try it. But without that, let's get this spicy ranch. Yes, that's fish. Other than a slightly different texture on the inside, you would put these up against any nugget, spicy nugget wise. The seasoning on these is off the chain. It's just like regular breading, but Old Bay and a little bit of sriracha in the batter. Just bake them. I have spicy ranch, spicy chips, and buffalo nuggets. I feel like there's supposed to be something in here that's not spicy, but Anybody else eat 40 pieces of fish nuggets for dinner? If I wasn't saving calories, these would bang on a sandwich. 100%. Like a po' boy? You ever had a po' boy? Let me know if you've had a po' boy before. That's my thing. I put anything in a sandwich. You probably know that. If you didn't see yesterday's video, I don't even know what the hell I made. But yeah, it's gonna be a quick one today. I wanted to make sure I always check in, even on days where I don't really have a lot of calories. This weekend is gonna be crazy for me. Not just calorically, but scheduling wise. I want to do some sort of Super Bowl themed meal, which there's been some requests in the comments. I see you guys. I have answered a lot of them. Me and my business partner have a business dinner we have to attend on Saturday. You know, fancy steakhouse, that kind of stuff. Ooh, ooh. I'm not the biggest fan of fancy restaurants, even though I like the food. Like, I don't like sleeves, so you know what I'm saying. But we got to do that on Saturday. Obviously, Sunday's the Super Bowl, and I'm not going to sit there and watch the game without eating. So I've got to kind of be smart. Normally on Thursdays, I eat normally. Even with this little bit of chips, this whole meal is probably, I want to say about like maybe 1,500 calories or less, which is severely under eating for me. Tomorrow, I'm going to do some sort of Super Bowl themed stuff, which you'll see on Saturday. I don't want to post it on Super Bowl Sunday because most people will be watching the game if you care, including myself. So that'll be, normally I don't post on Saturday, but the eating thing will happen on Saturday instead of Sunday. I'll be watching the game on Sunday. I'll be with my friends. I'm not going to be recording anything. So there'll be no content on Monday. Probably not. Might be a little something. I'm not sure. I always try. I don't like taking days off. And I know most of you understand, and you're like, oh no, why don't you? Some of you tell me to take a day off now. As I just spit again. Somebody pointed that out to me. And I know you're watching too. If I didn't get demonetized, I'd flip you off on camera. I just want you to know. But I might do a little something on Sunday. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna watch the game without eating. But I actually watched the game. You know, being a former athlete, football player, I love the sport. For me, Super Bowl is one of the, well, it was. I don't really like it anymore, to be honest. Because I care about the game, and it's gotten so commercial over the years that it's taken away from the game. You know, people care more about the halftime show. Like, I like The Weeknd, who I believe is performing. But I don't care. I don't. I know a lot of people care about the commercials. I don't. I don't care about what Doritos is going to do this year, or M&M's, because you know they're going to drop something. Pepsi will be there. What, Coca-Cola? Do they do commercial Coca-Cola? But you know, Doritos, for sure. Pepsi, for sure. M&M's are dropping something. I actually saw something that one of the babies, I think it's Lil Baby, has a commercial too, which is dope. I love seeing the glow up, man. I really do. You know? Yes, I just dipped my chips in the spicy ranch. That spicy ranch I made for myself. A little bit of yogurt. I don't like dill at all, so I use chives. Obviously, the rest of the seasoning that you would normally put in ranch. And the hot sauce, I used Truff hot sauce. Still have a bunch of that. Just mix it up. I also put lemon pepper and Old Bay in there. I really have to start. You know what I need? I need another assistant. I have an assistant, work-related wise, and also to get my groceries, and if they like find new stuff for me and things like that. Yes, shut up. I know people are like, oh, yeah. I'm very busy. So I do have that, but I'm not letting them in my house. So not while I'm cooking. But I would like somebody to just write this stuff down, because I just cook off feel. And most people that I know and grew up with do too. You just cook based off of like, oh, this sounds good. Oh, let's add a little more of that. I couldn't tell you how many teaspoons or whatever I used of anything. I don't cook that way. I do weigh my food, but the seasoning, I don't measure. You know what I mean? So I could tell you how many ounces of protein I use. I can tell you how much breading I used. I can tell you how much yogurt is actually in it, but I can't tell you how much seasoning. So unless I put like season to the way you want to season it, it's not going to taste exactly like this. And the next time I make this, it won't taste exactly like this either. Excuse me. I drank that soda way too fast. Grape soda, I haven't had it in so long. Ironically, the last video I did yesterday, I was talking about some of the things that you would eat. Like, some of you guys had, I was surprised. I didn't know like Little Debbie's kind of made its way, or even Honey Buns. I thought that was kind of like an inner city thing, but I was talking about that. And grape soda was like the #1 soda that everybody drank. You drank grape soda. I know it kind of got memed as I got older. I think it was Dave Chappelle that did. I got Diet Coke now. I ran out of grape soda. I already drank it all, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. Diet Pepsi. Yeah, I got Diet Pepsi. Also, I did find, I'll be reviewing that sometime over the weekend. I did find the Coca-Cola came out with like a coffee cola. It's like coffee with soda, which is like, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the stupidest ideas, and it's probably gonna bang. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm not about to drink coffee right now because it's 3:20 in the morning. And I gotta take at least some kind of a nap. Some kind of a nap. It's been really trying to make moves, man. It's actually at the point now. A lot of people ask about, my best friend / business partner, like, because he was in some of my old videos, and especially on Instagram. He used to do live streams and stuff. I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen him in like a month. We're in the same town, but I'm at one studio and he's at the other studio, mainly. Other than like, I haven't seen him in like a month. When I go there to the second studio, he's either not there, or he'll be at the first studio, or so on and so forth. We're just kind of been running around like crazy. So, we've got a lot of things that we need to discuss. So we're gonna like link up on Saturday, but we do have to go to like business, and we got like some stuff that we have to go over with some people, and I don't know, hear proposals, and business. Business is boring. It's not boring. I'll say this. The business end of business isn't my favorite thing. I enjoy the work part of my business more than the business end. The business end I had to get used to doing a lot. I've been doing this for going on like 8 years now. Right? Wow, yeah. Going on 8 years. And the stuff that I picked up, I learned kind of from just absorbing information from former bosses, people that you meet along the way. When I was a manager at another gym, I would just go into like all of the different apps we had, sit in whatever meetings that I was allowed to sit in. I would just ask if I could sit in them. Anytime that we had some sort of consultant that came in, I would ask to sit in the meeting. Consultants via telephone. My old bosses talked to a lot of consultants, because they were always trying to learn different stuff. And, we had like a billing system. I would just sit in the billing system and just, hey, what does this do? What does this do? Figure out how to work it. Figure out how I just learned like that. I didn't go to business school. I went to school for fitness, and I learned the business stuff. I'm saying learn as if I completely learned it. I learn new things every day, but I learned a lot about it just on the fly. School of Hard Knocks, things like that. And I'm not saying this to discredit institutions of higher learning, but I'll be perfectly honest with you. I have 2 degrees. Technically speaking, I have 3. They're all in the same subject. Excuse me. If you don't know, but they're all in the same subject. I have exercise science degree with an emphasis in nutrition. I have an associate's, I have a bachelor's, and I have a master's. I don't really get into like intellectual stuff, as crazy as it sounds. I don't want to. I'd rather stick with the surface level, but a little bit of stuff. Anyway, I'll tell you this for people that are looking to go to college. Probably the biggest advice I could give you is don't go unless you know what you want to do. It's becoming very popular for people to take gap years. I think that that's actually a very smart move. I would have done that, or I don't know if I would have went to college at all if I didn't play football. I went to college to play football. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. I was a history major when I first went to school, and I picked history because I liked history. Like, no reason. Other than the fact that I liked history. So I said, okay, bet. I didn't think I was going to be a history teacher. And I switched to exercise science because it was literally connected to the stadium. And I didn't want to walk because I was freezing. The only reason. But unless you have a vision, like if you want to be a teacher, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a nurse, things that you need those papers for. But if you're going to college without any real reason why, and you don't have a scholarship, I did. I'm not saying it to flex, I'm saying that's why I went to college. But if you don't have a scholarship, you're going to put yourself $50K in debt to not know what you're doing. And 90% of people that I know that aren't teachers, doctors, things of that nature, where you need a specialist paper to get hired, they don't have a job that's commensurate with what they actually did in school. Or they don't have a job that's even in the same field. My business partner has a degree in communications. I'm not saying that that's a stupid degree, because it's not. You learn a lot of things in communications, but he is a co-founder of a fitness business, and he learned about fitness through research and me. And, obviously his own reason. I'm not saying he learned from me, but he learned different things from my perspective, and as I did from him. Didn't go to business school just like I didn't. I run a business. I didn't learn any of it on paper. You want to go to business school? You better be working in something like finance. Things like that. If you think for a second, like most of the most successful people, and I'm not telling you not to go to college. I'm saying if you do, have an idea on why, or wait. Even take a gap year, do something. And I'm not saying this to talk down, because I learned a lot of stuff in college. Most of the stuff I learned wasn't in the classroom, And most people that I know that went to college will tell you the exact same thing. You go to college more, the socialization aspect, the networking aspect, that's great. But New Jersey, for the most part, people around here are commuters. Most of us, most of my friends commuted to college. They went there like they were going to high school. They didn't really meet anyone in college. They didn't go to parties and socialize and, you know, events and things that you do when you live in the dorms. And that, to me, I learned more doing that stuff than anything. Because you learn how to deal with people. And if you don't know how to deal with people, you're not going to do anything in life anyway. Like, go work. And I'm not saying this bad, because I know people who went to trade schools who are making like 6 figures. And no lie. No lie. They got 2-year degrees. They got trade school, you know, certifications, mechanics, you know, plumbers, things like that. Figure out what you want to do first. And if you need that gap year to figure that out, don't let these people tell you, oh, you got to go to college right away. Because most of my friends are in massive amounts of debt just from college. You know, and you don't want to set yourself up just so you're paying stuff off for the rest of your life, but you don't even know what the hell you're doing with it. And some of the most successful people in the world, they didn't even finish school. Like, I'm not saying you're going to be Mark Zuckerberg, but he never finished college. And you can go on with those kinds of people. You know, Bill Gates. And so on. I mean, Kanye West called himself a college dropout, but there's a lot of very successful people out there who didn't go to college. You don't have to go to college. I think you should go if you know what you're going to do. Or if you're one of those people, like, if you're going to college because you're like, yo, I just want to party, like, I get it, trust me. I had a lot of those parties and they were fun, but you're going to pay like $10,000 to $20,000 a year for some parties? Like, they got parties around you now. So just know what you're getting yourself into. Like, go figure, you want to sell real estate? You don't need to go to college to do that. And you can make bank doing that. That's all I'm saying. If I went to college, I would have taken a gap year. I would have figured out what I wanted to do and then went from there. You know, once you figure out what you want to do, figure out if that degree is something that you need in order to do that. Business, whatever stuff you want to be in. But there's nothing wrong. I know plenty of, I'm like, my friend, I'm not going to like out him or something, but he's just an electrician. He didn't go to college. You know how much money electricians make? Look it up. Went to trade school. He makes more money than most of the people I know. And teachers don't do it for the money. They do it. I hope they're not, at least. Most of the teachers that I know, a lot of my friends are teachers. A lot of people I went to school with are teachers. They do it because that's what they love it. They love that, you know. So you have to go to college to be a teacher, you know, to get all the papers and, you know, the certifications. And that's different. So if you know you want to be a teacher, like, go to college, get your education. So because you're going to be an educator, like you need to be. But don't go to college and just do general studies for 4 years. I have a friend who did that too. And he makes more money than really anybody I know. General studies. It's not a joke either. So that's my advice to all the people up and coming, not really understanding. And also for people who are in a little bit of the older age bracket, in that 25 to 34. And from my demographics that I looked at, the majority of people that watch this are in that demographic. Myself included. So also this. Say you turn 26 and now something that you want to do requires college. Go to school. You'll learn more at our age bracket than you would when you're 19 and 20, because you're not really interested in all the extra stuff that comes around it. You'll actually pay attention in class. I didn't. I really didn't pay attention in class. I'm not gonna lie. I was the type of student. Now again, I'm not saying this to flex. I scored really high on IQ tests when I was younger. It's not hard for me to school was never hard for me. I never studied because it was very easy for me to do what school teaches you to do, which is to get information, retain it, and then spit it out on a piece of paper. If I sat in class and I was just there and I heard it or I saw the teacher writing it on the board, I had it memorized. That kind of stuff has always come easy for me, so it didn't really like take a lot of effort. I'm not saying that to flex. Like, certain people have certain types of intelligence, and for me, that was a breeze. I went all the way through grad school. I'm not exaggerating. I've never studied. Ever. I mean, even in football, and I'm rambling at this point, but even when I played football, it took, most players had to sit down and buckle down with that playbook. And, you know, I get that because I helped a lot of my teammates do it, but I never did. I sit there with the coach. I'm watching him. He writing the X's and O's and stuff, and I'm just like boom, 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 boom. Come on, I got it. No joke. Like they would throw plays at me, and I'm not like my coaches actually told me this when I got like one of them. I said he's the head coach now at Kansas State, but he was my defensive coordinator, and he even told me that they would be in meetings and be like, all right, the Strats can do it. Just give it to him. And they would throw stuff at me on like Wednesday for a Friday game and be like, okay, you got to memorize all this stuff. And I just did. Not a flex. It's just that's more where my intelligence is. Though I did score at genius levels, and technically speaking, I am a genius. But don't tell anybody. If you got this far, then you're a real one. So I'm not. But yes, technically speaking, am a genius. Not flexing though. It is what it is. Anyway, this was going to be a quick video. Ended up being 25 minutes, but it has been your boy King Strats. We'll be back tomorrow. Super Bowl themed stuff coming at you fast. I got some, how stuff goes for the Super Bowl. Y'all know what kind of food is coming. But we going to do that. And over the weekend, we'll figure it out as we go. Weird hand stuff. We'll do this, I don't know what that is anyway. The hand signs I've made it to YouTube.